let's hear from Gary in Bristol on the subject of the inquiry. Gary, go ahead, sir.
Chilcot inquiry is a load of nonsense. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. Okay, it doesn't actually matter if it was legal or not. I'll tell you why. Because the war in Kosovo was not technically legal, and you were one of its greatest advocates.
I think you're getting me mixed up with somebody else, Gary. I was one of its greatest opponents.
Okay, well, basically, what I'm
No,
saying...
wait a minute, Gary. Well, basically, you just said something that is, in fact, the absolute reverse of the truth. So maybe you can start by apologising to me for completely falsifying my view on the war in Kosovo.
I wasn't clear about your stance.
Well, you were clear. You were very, very clear. The listeners heard just how clear you were. You were so clear that you just said on national radio that I was one of the biggest advocates of the war in Kosovo, when in fact I was one of the biggest opponents of the war in Kosovo. So how can anybody take what you're going to say next remotely seriously, Gary?
Well, let me explain myself. Okay, I use the war in Kosovo as an example. What I'm saying is there was not a huge amount of moral ambiguity in the mainstream press as there was with the Iraq war, correct?
Go ahead, Gary.
What I'm trying to say is that does it make a huge amount of difference if it was legal or not? Exactly.
Not to you. Not to you. It doesn't. We've already established that the truth and legality mean virtually nothing to you. But then those who've heard you on this show before are perfectly well aware of that. You're content, Gary, are you, for your government to behave illegally?
If it involves removing a brutal dictator that gassed his own people, then yes.
Okay. We've established that you're happy for your government to behave illegally.